Who killed Angela Spence-Shaw and why? The brutal murder of this beloved grandmother was proving to be a tough case for the police.
We had no clear suspects identified within the first 3 to 4 days. By day 5, 6, you're expanding beyond sort of that local tie to this.
Remember Sidney Gendreau, who had kidnapped and murdered a teenage girl years before? Well, law enforcement finally caught up with him.
It took us a day or so to locate him. He actually found out that we were looking for him, and he turned himself in to us.
Fortunately, pursuing the Gendreau angle turned out to be a dead end.
We conducted a full interview with him. He had a full alibi. I believe that next day we actually had confirmed that alibi, and he no longer was a suspect in our case.
So now what? Nothing else was panning out, and law enforcement was running out of time. Then the medical examiner's office checked in and pointed the case in a new direction. DNA evidence indicating the victim had been raped by her assailant.
The medical examiner had actually recovered DNA, discovered semen within the body of the victim, and that was our number one piece of evidence that we were going to be able to use going forward.
And what was your next move?
Since we had this seminal fluid with a DNA profile, that perhaps we should approach all the people that we knew had access to that home and see if they would consent to a blood draw to match the DNA.
30 people were asked to provide blood for testing, and all 30 said yes, including Jeremy Motyka. The lab ran its analysis and revealed that Motyka's DNA matched that found in the victim's body. For law enforcement, the path forward was clear. It was time to arrest Jeremy Motyka.
I was actually the one that put the handcuffs on him. We placed him in the back of the cruiser. I rode in the back with him. I think one of the telling things at that point with us, he never asked why. He never denied anything. He just went along with us.
It had been 25 days since the murder, and the events of that bloody night were lining up. Jeremy Motyka had crept into the home of Angela Spence-Shaw, surprised her in her sleep, raped her, beat her into submission, drowned her in the bathtub, and dumped an electric hairdryer into the water just to make sure she was dead. And I understand that actually, instead of admitting to what he had done, he began spinning wild stories to try and throw you off.
It's almost beyond belief that there was zero reaction emotionally, just telling this wild version of rinsing his genitals off in her shower.
So what else did he try and sell you on?
He was set up some crazy story about how one of my colleagues had obtained his semen at St. Anne's Hospital by giving him a Playboy magazine and asking him to masturbate in the backseat of the car.
A second DNA test confirmed that there was a 1 in 8.9 billion chance that he wasn't the killer. Jeremy Motyka was now behind bars, but justice for the victim took another 2 years. Motyka was found guilty of first-degree murder and first-degree sexual assault. The sentence? Life without parole in a maximum security prison.
He never accepted any of the blame or any of the acts that were committed there, the assault, the murder, anything.
DNA evidence proved crucial in a police investigation. With the killer finally imprisoned, the people of Little Compton could finally breathe again.